Hi, it's Linda of Yam Stamps. I am going to show you how to do this card. It's the die cut double time card because I didn't know what else to call it. So it's one of those easy but impressive techniques that you can use with different designs and different stamp sets. So let's get started. I am going to stamp my cardstock first. So this is a 5" by 3 3/4 inch piece of Very Vanilla. And I've already set up the stamp inside the Stamparatus. And I believe everything is lined up correctly. So I will often reuse my grid paper. And I use that to line everything up. I don't like stamping in the corner of my Stamparatus. I find it a little stiff up by the hinge, so I don't always get a really good impression. So I often will move it out a little bit and then I just mark where the corner is. Okay, so sending positive thoughts and feel good wishes. I really like that sentiment. It's so good for so many occasions. So there is Mossy Meadow for the fern leaf. So if you stamp the sentiment first, then you know where your other designs can go. And I also like using the Stamparatus because I can make sure that my sentiment is straight, because it drives me crazy otherwise. So that was Mossy Meadow. This is Pool Party for the flower. And we always like odd numbers because for some reason odd numbers are more artistic. And I think I need to re-ink my pad at some point in time. I'll do another Facebook Live at some point and show you how to re-ink your ink pads, if that's something that you're interested in, because you can see my images are a little pale. There we go. So using my magnetic platform so I can line everything up, I've got these stitched nested labels dies. So I'm using the smaller one that fits around my sentiment. So when you're doing this on your own, if you're not using the stamp set, you can just pick whatever one fits around your sentiment. And then I'm going to die cut that out. So there's my label. I think it might be slightly crooked. I think I cut it crooked. I'm going to pretend that I don't see that. Using my larger nested label, I'm going to recut this backing cardstock because it leaves stitched impressions on either side of the die cut line. So it's kind of neat that you can have that little detail, which I think just gives it a little extra something on your card. And we'll just get rid of that. So if you really want, if you're super thrifty, you can use that for something else. So you can sort of see, maybe, maybe not. You can see the stitched edge left there. So we're saving all of that. We're going to put it aside. I've got my Mossy Meadow cardstock, which is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Sorry as I rattle around. And I'm just grabbing my larger nested label die. And I'm just cutting it out of the center because this is my thrifty trick that I love doing. Nobody's going to see this layer anyway. We just need the outer edge, in all honesty. So there we go. So here's my card base. It is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And I did not score it, so I'm doing my cheater way of doing it where I sort of pinch the corners. And then I am going to use my bone folder to make the edge really nice. If you check out the Yam Stamps blog, you'll see a card that I did not do that on, and you will know which one it is if you look at the fold. If you figure out which one it is, leave me a message. We'll see if you can spot it with your eagle eyes. All right, so that is crooked, but we are still going with it. It's okay. Because again, if you give this card to somebody and it's slightly crooked and they critique it, then you need to take it back because they do not deserve a handmade card. That's what I always say in class. All right, the next thing you want to do is remember to sort of line up the right edge with the right edge on this piece. So you want your design sort of continuing. So you do have to sort of keep track of which way is up and which way is down. Little bits of adhesive everywhere. And then really you're just looking at lining up the outer edges. You don't really care about the middle part because nobody will be able to see it. So I'm looking at that edge and the border. Putting my stamped middle label onto the Mossy Meadow label. Lining that up. It is slightly crooked. We are okay with that. And Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this Mossy Meadow label. So you can see how quick this card was. I think, what, a couple minutes now? And then the sneaky trick for your Stampin' Dimensionals, poke it in the middle with your nail. Makes it easier to pick off the backing. All right, putting this in place-ish. So again, we're not really going to focus on the fact that the words are slightly crooked, right? Because it's still a handmade card. And if I bring it up close, you can sort of see how the stitched edge is showing on the outside of the label still. So there you go. Quick and easy card, impressive. People will wonder how you did it, and it's really super easy. You don't have to tell them how easy it is. Or you can if you want. It's up to you. Anyways, it's a lovely sentiment, sending positive thoughts and feel good wishes. So it's a great card to send to somebody who's having a hard time, who's having health issues, who just needs a little pick-me-up. It's all good. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them on the Facebook page, or please visit the Yam Stamps blog, yamstamps.com. See if you can find the card that I didn't use the bone folder on the fold for, and leave me a comment there. I think comments are working there. We were having issues with it before, but I think it's working now. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and have a good rest of your Monday.